each other.
Well, welcome back to Bryan Basketball. Mike Gundy's post-game
coaching staff
after thrashing TCU today.
I mean, we were good in all three phases tonight. I mean, I don't really need to get into statistics or all that. I mean, everybody saw it. And so I was just proud of our guys. We were able to get a number of young players in the game, and they performed well. We had a couple mistakes. We got lined up wrong defensively, gave up a long throw. And then we had a running back and obviously a running back quarterback problem. We set the ball on the ground. But for the most part, those guys that played in the game in the end have had as many reps as the ones have had from dating back from last year to spring ball in August. And so that's why they could go out and play good and stop them and move down the field and score. And so I'm proud of those guys, proud of everybody in the organization, and it was a good night for us. So give them a chance to enjoy it and spend time with their families, and then we got to go to work tomorrow.
Like you guys had Barry Sanders here tonight, honored him, and then you pull off that running performance. What made you guys so effective in the running game?
I think we just blocked. We were physical. 72 wasn't in there. 60 had to come in and play. I mean, I think he played great. Danny got banged up. He had to go out. 66 had to come in for him. And they were just physical up front and blocked him. And I think our running backs ran hard. I think they were physical, and they dropped their pads and ran hard.
You talked before about Jalen Hines looking like Santa Claus with Barry. With Barry here, did Jalen maybe have a little more energy in his set?
Oh, I mean, for the story, I'd like to say yes, but Jalen likes to play. I mean, I'll say yes for your story. Jalen likes to play, loves to play, he competes. Coach Waz took him over to the reception last night and let all of them spend some time with him. And then, Barry told me today that he enjoyed that part of it as he always does. But it's pretty cool that, I mean, this day was for the greatest college running back ever. I don't think that's even up for debate. And I don't know what we rushed for. We probably rushed for 300 yards. I don't know. What did we rush for? Yeah. See, you guys are look how reliant you are on technology, right? If like Trammell's age, Trammell and them, like, they keep it like by paper. Yeah, there you go.
But I didn't know I was supposed to keep the total.
I got you. And then you got it added all up. That's the problem too. So, but anyway, we probably rushed for close to 300, so that was pretty cool. But, defense got hit for a few plays in the first quarter, but they bucked up a little bit when they got down inside the 40 and held them to field goal, so on and so forth. I mean, they played fantastic. I mean, they gave up 10 points. The ones gave up 3, 1s and 2s, and then we had some young guys in there that gave up 1, and that's okay. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's more important that they play than worry about how many points we give up.
You mentioned the line in your running game, but the backs, it seems, I mean, Jalen's obviously at another level, but Dom's giving you great, Dez is now coming in and playing great. Looks like those guys may be in a great spot for the stretch run. How do you feel about them as a group?
Yeah, Jalen got his breath knocked out of him a little bit, so we put 20 and 27 in. 27 looked good. He's been healthy now for 2 weeks and practiced hard and ran well tonight. And Dom runs hard now. 20 runs hard. If you get in front of 20, you're going to get punished. And he runs hard and he takes pride in it. And they're protecting football. And then 23 comes in and showed why we recruited him. So I'm very encouraged by those guys.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Jalen is not an injury that you're concerned about.
2 touchdowns for 3 of the running backs.
The 2 guys that went out.
Seals probably be back practicing this week, I think. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to predict. And then, I think Danny should be back pretty soon. But again, I haven't heard anything since, so I usually know more tomorrow or Tuesday.
What did you think of the way Spencer played?
I thought he played good. I thought he made good decisions. He threw the ball. Best I remember, most of his throws were pretty accurate.
No interceptions.
I didn't hear anybody on the headsets concerned with his read, so obviously he must have played pretty good.
He threw some passes away when he needed to throw them away. That's a good sign, right?
Sure it is, yeah. Sometimes the other team gets a chance to call good plays and make good plays too, so everything's not going to work. And at the position he's playing, at times, 2nd and 10 is a lot better than trying to force something and give the other team an advantage. And Now that you brought that up, I thought he's probably pretty good at that tonight.
Was there a reasoning behind not going to Shane? I guess redshirt, but maybe.
Yeah, he's still got a chance to redshirt.
What did it mean to get Gunner in there?
What's that?
What did it mean to get Gunner in there for you?
Well, Gunner's worked, and with Gunner, I try to make decisions if he
That's his
wasn't my
son, Gunner
son.
Gundy.
But it's harder on him. I'm harder on him. He's last in line. He's last in line to get reps at practice and out here. But then to a certain extent, what would I do if he wasn't my son? Well, then I would have he's earned his time. He's earned his right to go in the game. I put him in. So I don't want to ever punish him because of that. He gets punished enough because he's my kid. So it was his time. He was due. Shane has a redshirt capability, and 6 has been great for us. He got some time, and we like to keep him going. But then, you got to get young guys in, and he's a young guy. He needs to go in. His heart needs to beat out of his chest. He needs to call signals. He needs to get guys lined up. He needs to figure it out and play. I thought he would have pulled the ball one time. Well, he pulled it one time. I thought he was going to pull it another time. But it's good for him. He needs to get in there and get used to it. That's how you learn.
Mike, one of the first things you said in your opening statement was it's been fun for you to be along for the ride with this team. Are you and maybe others on this team starting to allow yourself to think about what this season could lead to? I mean, just keep winning and what you guys might accomplish this year?
I'm sure everybody does. And now I try to not ever think past tomorrow's practice, but human nature is that, and I can only imagine that the players and everybody, but it's not just coaches talk. I spend my time stressing to them the importance of what tomorrow brings and what's got them here. What's got them to this point is their focus, their discipline, and their toughness, and staying the course. And it's just so difficult in the world today with social media and the outside people who now are going to tell them how great they are more than ever for them to stay focused. But there's always somebody around the corner. And that's what my 12 years in wrestling taught me. As soon as you start thinking you're pretty good, there's somebody down the street here is gonna whip you if you back off any at all in your training and your progress and getting better every day. And that's what they can't do. They just got to stay the course.
Does the fact that, you talk about how much fun they're having, does the fact that they can have fun and stay the course at the same time kind of encourage you?
Yeah, this team, I've not been around a team that is that it likes to be around each other and likes to practice and has fun to the point where almost it worries me. In practice, I'm like, I've told you this, I'm like, I don't know, are we having fun? Are we getting better? And they like it, and they go play hard. And it's just an unusual group. I mean, they just, I wish I could say that I was the one I was the reason for that, but they will develop their own chemistry in our culture. We have a culture that we all follow the rules, and we all have a way that we think and we work and unselfish commitment and be humble, but that doesn't mean it's going to always work every year. So they have to create their own chemistry, and that's what they've done.
Does the fact that there's so much uncertainty in the conference, I mean, the teams that you guys play week to week, teams beating each other and teams that you think, does that create a little bit more of a grounding amongst your guys?
I think it does. And really, Jenny, it's across the country. It's not just us. I mean, you look around the country and just about every league, pretty much everybody can beat everybody. That's what I said the other day on Monday in the media day. That's what college football is such a hot stock right now. That's why we got to be careful about. We don't mess with it too much because the television market and the fans is what drives this revenue in this game up. And the way it is right now, everybody's watching. Because you put a team out there that somebody thinks that they don't have a chance to win, they beat another team. And so people want to watch, and that's what drives this market. That's why we got to be real careful we don't mess with college football right now. It's not much fun for the coaches because we don't get any off weeks. I mean, there's just no guarantee wins. But it's awesome for the fans, and it's awesome for everybody else because people watch, and that's what drives this market.
Kind of going along with that, Iowa State lost, OU lost, Texas just lost to Kansas. As good.
And a very, very happy Mike Gundy after a big
Well, I'd like to saw the rest of that. But anyway, I appreciate y'all showing up, and this was for my benefit anyway. Yeah, they took them down, I think it was it 63-17? I'd have to look back. But anyway, appreciate listening in.